Exclusive contracted novel by Falun Novel Network. Special shot. Toys sell wildly, starting from Night Empty Me. Jiangqing travels to a wealthy third generation and wants to go home to inherit his family business. He, who had just returned home, was told that he had gone bankrupt and was only 3 generations rich, which is the law. Me. Jiangqing, my fate is determined by me, not by heaven. What else is more profitable than making tokusatsu films by selling toys? The factory at home is called Bandai, and this is not a thief who encountered a roadblock. Coincidentally, the Kamen Rider series has emerged. The audience waved their soft girl coins and said, "I want to buy a belt. I want to transform." Audience. Unfortunately, there are only a few works to offer, and it doesn't seem like enough food to eat. Jiangqing. The arrangement for Masked Rider Amazons. Large quantity and full management. Audience. Jiangqing is at his wit's end and only knows how to pull fake face knights. Jiangqing. Let's have Diga Ultraman out. Do you believe in light? Jiangqing. Let's have something different from The Toothed Wolf for everyone. Audience. Late night plot. Jiangqing still understands. As tokusatsu films exploded, Falun Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. I showcased my cards, I stopped playing, I am. You are listening at novelfull.audio. A certain set in Yangqing, sleeping slot, I've traveled through. Jiangqing looked at the unfamiliar scene before him and had this thought in his heart. Hello, Jiangqing. What are you standing there for? The director called you. A voice beside Jiangqing woke him up, and before he could recover, he was pulled away by a man. Director. Entertainment. Celebrity. At this moment, Jiangqing's mind flashed with his new identity. An excited mood came to my heart. This is the beginning of Rocket. I want to copy the official documents. It didn't take Jiangqing long to be happy, and the memories of the original owner began to flood in like a tide. The original owner was not a fresh meat or a celebrity, but a newly graduated director student. The school arranged for him to intern on a film crew. He, as a newly graduated young man, naturally became a brick in the crew. Wherever I need to move, I end up moving myself out of it. Sure enough, whether in the past or present life, 996 has caused great harm to people. Stop it. Who is that? Can you light up? If not, get out of here. Director Zhang Yi is known for his irritable temper on set, and he is known for giving a scolding to Jiangqing in the distance. The current Jiangqing is not the same submissive original owner as before. Directly shine the fill light on Zhang Yi's face, making him unable to open his eyes for a moment. My name is Jiangqing, not hello. I'm not very famous, but I have a big temper. I won't do it anymore. Jiangqing's words stunned everyone on the set, and the entire set was like Zhang Yi's on-point-1 speech. Except for the 2 leading actors, no one has been scolded by Zhang Yi, and they can only endure and speak out in order to make a living. They didn't expect that Jiangqing, who had been working diligently a few days ago, seemed to have changed like a different person today, directly confronting director Hong. You. Believe it or not, I gave you a negative review on your internship report, which prevented you from completing your studies and making it difficult for you to continue working in the directing industry in the future. Although Zhang Yi is not a famous director, he is still somewhat famous now. Seeing an intern refuting him on the spot, he couldn't bear it and began to threaten Jiangqing. Che, you're an old man. If you say you can't do anything, then you can't do anything. Even if you can't graduate, what's wrong? I'll step on the horse and pay for it myself. Haha. I laughed to death. Do you know how much it costs to make a movie or a TV series? The money spent here may not be earned in your 10 lifetimes. Director Zhang Yi was laughed crazy by Jiang Cheng's words. He is really a naive child. However, at this time, Jiang Cheng was not just talking nonsense. In the original owner's memory, it is also known that the original owner was not only a wealthy person, but also a wealthy third generation. As for why a wealthy third generation would come to the set to do odd jobs. The reason behind this is that the original owner has watched too many motivational films and had too much bloodshed, wanting to start from scratch. Jiang Cheng, who has traveled through time now, doesn't think it's fragrant to lie back and count money. Change girlfriends every few days. Aren't he popular at nightclubs, strolling roadside stalls, and tasting principal-style life? Why is it difficult for oneself to work outside? Working is not allowed, this life is impossible. Jiang Cheng immediately announced. I'm showing my cards, I'm not pretending anymore, I'm the third generation rich. The entire set suddenly became completely silent. Silence lasted for several seconds. Haha. I'm laughing to death. You're so funny, why don't I add a character for you? Are you the third generation wealthy, and I am still a billionaire? Director Zhang Yi was once again amused by Jiang Cheng's words. The other people on set also whispered along, their words filled with suspicion. Just one thought in my heart. Has Jiang Cheng been stimulated by something in the past few days, and his head has been damaged? Jiang Cheng saw that everyone didn't believe him, so he immediately took out a phone that had been used for several years and made a phone call. You guys wait and see. Everyone looked at Jiang Cheng's old phone and didn't believe that he was the third generation of wealthy people. Okay, everyone, stop your work and I'll see how you'll do it later. Zhang Yi stopped everyone on set, waiting to see Jiang Cheng's joke. Not for a while. A shiny black high-end bridge car appeared on the set. Amidst the sound of "young master," everyone on set was slapped in the face. Under the stunned expressions of everyone, Jiang Cheng flew away. This car is not considered a top-tier luxury car. But the license plate number 8 on the front of the car made them understand the identity of this young man named Jiang Cheng. Many people know that the owner of this license plate is Bandai Toy Factory in this city. The first, second, and third girls on set, looking at Jiang Cheng who had already left, he felt regretful in his heart. A wealthy third generation can't even grasp it by their side. Jiang Cheng, who was sitting in the back row, had already learned from his memory that he was the young owner of Bandai Toy Factory. This Bandai has nothing to do with the previous Bandai consortium, the same thing is that they both sell toys. Because it is a parallel world, the rampant piracy in the original world has disappeared here. The grandfather of the original owner relied on improving intellectual property protection to establish Bandai Toy Factory. In just over a decade, we have turned a small workshop into the top toy factory in Yangcheng, ranking among our peers nationwide. At this point, Jiang Cheng had no idea about being a copycat. Although Bandai Toy Factory is not a big enterprise, it cannot be compared to the previous Bandai consortium. But over the course of the year, a few small revenue targets remain insignificant. This is already very satisfying for Jiang Cheng, who is safe for the wealthy. I was already so tired in my previous life, so I won't get stuck in this life. It would be great to be a rich third generation in terms of food, drink, entertainment, and entertainment. As for filming, I'm tired of playing in the future. Maybe you can pat beautiful women for fun. P.S. New books for collection, for data. Chapter 2. Rich but 3 generations. My fate is determined by me, not by heaven. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After a while. The bridge car is parked at the entrance of an industrial park called Bandai. Jiang Cheng followed the memories in his mind. Arriving at the boss's office, which is now my cheap old father. Son, you finally have the willingness to come back. The moment Comrade Jiang Hai saw his son, tears welled up in his eyes. Dad, I've figured it out. I don't want to work hard anymore. I want to come back and become a wealthy third generation. Comrade Jiang Hai was shocked by Jiang Cheng's words. No matter how much I tried to persuade him before, he refused to come back. How could I figure it out this time? It was originally a very happy thing, but when I think about the situation the company is currently facing. Jiang Hai's face showed a look of shame. Son, Dad is sorry for you. You, the wealthy third generation, are going to make it to the top. Our Bandai may face bankruptcy. What? Jiang Hai's words were like a bolt from the blue. Playing. I just wanted to come back and inherit my family business, but the decadent life of wine, red lights, and green has not yet begun. Just tell me that your family is going bankrupt. Is it true that wealth can only last for 3 generations? Is this a law? Dad, what's going on here? After it was a matter of quality of life, Jiang Cheng quickly asked what had happened. Bandai is a pure OEM toy factory, as the name suggests. It is IP company's toy-making toy, relying entirely on authorized toy images from others. Originally, Bandai also had several well-known IP authorizations, but with the passing of his grandfather 2 years ago, people's tea became cold. In the past 2 years, the development of Bandai has come to a standstill. Even several well-known IPs who were originally authorized to Bandai wanted to propose increasing the authorization fee or revoking the authorization. Jiang Hai also understands this. In order for Bandai to continue its development and not be choked by others, it must create its own new IP. So Jiang Hai ambitiously wanted to create a brand new IP belonging to Bandai. But the market gave Jiang Hai a fierce big B bag. The reputation is unbearable, with a rating of 2.0 for a certain valve. There are also piles of toys piled up like mountains in the warehouse. This can be said to be a loss for money. Dad, which work are you investing in? Cough cough, the amazing boy. Jiang Hai seemed a bit embarrassed, with a slight blush on his face. Cough. Dad, you're really a genius. For this cross-generational work, which is claimed to have been built for 1 billion yuan, it is also deeply remembered in the original owner's memory. After all, the original owner has complained a lot on the internet. The plot is mediocre, the persona collapses, the group is confused, children cannot understand, and adults think it's garbage. Only special effects are considered excellent. I can't believe that Wonder Boy is a self-invested work. No way. My fate is determined by me, not by heaven. After finally obtaining the status of the third generation of wealthy individuals, how can rumors that they are only as wealthy as the third generation come true? After coming out of Lao Zhang's office, Jiang Cheng's mind kept thinking about how to save the bankrupt Bandai. Comrade Lao Zhang's idea is correct. If Bandai wants to continue developing, it must create its own new IP. This is difficult for veteran comrades from Jiang Hai. But for the travelers themselves, creating a popular IP is a simple task. Gundam, Kamen Rider, Ultraman, Dead Sea, Dragon Ball. Casually take out one of them is Rocket. In this world without piracy, selling toys is a profitable business. When the time comes, if you don't directly make a profit, it's just around the corner to become a notorious Bandai conglomerate. Thinking about it, Jiang Cheng realized something was wrong. I have watched many popular anime in my past life, but my hands-on ability is 0. Brain. I learned it. Eyes. I understand. Hand. Nima. This is really a clever woman who cannot cook without rice. Driver Lao Yang saw Jiang Cheng in the back row with a happy and sad expression on his face. I muttered to myself, young master, can't he withstand the blow of bankruptcy? His head is in a mess. Do you really need to learn painting and design by yourself for a few years first? At that time, Bandai had already cooled down, and the grass on the grave was several meters high. Just when Jiang Cheng was at a loss. Ding! A crisp voice suddenly sounded in Jiang Cheng's ear. Congratulations to the host, the divine level special camera system has been successfully bound. I haven't waited for Jiang Cheng to come to his senses yet. The sound of the mechanical system continues to ring. Beginner gift pack opened. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the Heisei Old 10-Year Night series. Congratulations to Su host for obtaining master level special shooting skills. In an instant, countless experiences flooded into Jiang Cheng's mind like a tide. After a slight dizziness, Jiang Cheng had already accepted the system's gift. Golden Finger. A must-have for travelers. To do well in a different world, one must still rely on the system. How can you quickly move past works without a system? How can you quickly install forks without a system? I have to wait for you to return after completing your studies, maybe even the yellow cauliflower has cooled down. Watching others make money is even more painful than losing money oneself. But why are there only works from the past 10 years of Heisei? System. Is here. Is there an Ultraman? Is there a Gundam? What about the Kamen Rider of the Heisei New Decade? What about the Reiwa Rider? Jiang Cheng asked the system 3 sole questions in his mind. It's not embarrassing to continue selling toys for a long time in the future. The system is unresponsive. Jiang Cheng doesn't continue to dwell, based on his experience of reading novels. It's not about exchanging popularity for works. It's about exchanging emotional values for works. These are all standard features of the system. These may all be available in the future. The most important thing now is to prepare for the project to shoot the Kamen Rider, and of course, the first choice is Brother Heisei's Kamen Rider. P.S. New book seeking data. Chapter 3. Dad, make money. I want to take a close up. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After returning home, I greeted my mom who was cooking. Jiang Cheng returned to his room, ready to move out my empty script and some settings. Otherwise, if you go empty-handed to find Comrade Jiang Hai, you are likely to be served with a broom. Jiang Cheng was pleasantly surprised to find that the system could project it out. Open the folder belonging to Kamen Rider Empty Me, which is full of content about Empty Me. Jiang Cheng couldn't wait to open the first episode and start looking at it. As for the matter of wanting to steal the script just now, he had long forgotten it. Although I have seen it in my past life, it still looks interesting again. Except for Jiang Cheng, he also discovered that many elements of the Sakura country in the drama have been perfectly replaced with elements from this world. It is truly a divine-level tokusatsu system, and these details have been noticed. For lazy people like Jiang Cheng, this is not bad, they don't have to spend their brains trying to localize. Until my mom knocks on the door. Immersed in the empty video, Jiang Cheng realized that he had not written any script framework. I was wondering if the system could upload the data to the computer on its own, but I didn't expect it to work. This really made Jiang Cheng overjoyed. The system functions are really powerful and must receive a 5-star rating. After dinner, Jiang Cheng came directly to Jiang Hai with a notebook in his arms. Dad, give me money. I want to take a close up. With a bang. After a cup of tea, Jiang Hai heard that the cup in his hand fell directly to the ground. Stinky kid, what are you talking nonsense about? Jiang Hai stared angrily at his son with wide eyes. I just made a movie called Magical Boy, but I'm losing money and my shorts are almost gone. The company is still facing a lot of problems now. Does my son still want to continue filming now? Is it my son's turn to continue giving away after losing 10 billion? Jiang Cheng understands the thoughts of Comrade Jiang Hai at this time. I was originally thinking of showcasing my skills, but I didn't expect to lose my bottom. This is once bitten by a snake, 10 years afraid of a well rope. Dad, look at this script, I promise to make a lot of money. Jiang Qing handed the notebook in his hand to Comrade Jiang Hai. Oh. Jiang Hai didn't expect Jiang Qing to be prepared, so he had to take his notebook and start reading it. After a long time, Jiang Qing switched to brewing tea. Comrade Jiang Hai closed his notebook and his face was a bit conflicted. There's something about this script, it's completely different from the tokusatsu dramas on the market. It's still an innovative genre nowadays. The tokusatsu dramas on the market are all aimed at younger children, but this script called Kamen Rider Empty-Me is completely different. From a child's perspective, especially the game of Galanki hunting humans inside, may become a childhood shadow series for many people. Where did this script come from? Of course I wrote it myself, it's okay, isn't it? What about these leather covers and belts? Of course it's also me. Do you think I read this script for free in college? I've been polishing it for 3 years, and if it weren't for saving Bandai, I wouldn't be willing to come up with it. There is no such thing as Jangtaro Ishimori in this world, so Jiang Qing can only say that it is his own work. Stinky kid, can this make money? Nowadays, Bandai can no longer withstand the turmoil. Of course. Jiang Qing affirmed without hesitation. The belt of a Kamen Rider, bone carving, leather case, which one doesn't make money? Don't you see that the Kamen Rider toy series from the previous generation, Bandai, has an annual sales revenue of over 10 billion yuan? If you can still mess up the Kamen Rider project like this, then you'll have to buy a piece of tofu and get killed. But will anyone buy these belts and leather covers you're talking about? I've read the script, it's not good yet. But it's completely different from the current tokusatsu market. Comrade Jiang Hai is still a bit worried. After all, this involves the life and death of the entire generation. Jiang Qing understands the concerns of Comrade Jiang Hai very well. The plot of Kamen Rider is not solely aimed at children, but at all age groups. When Kamen Rider Kong was broadcasted on Sakura Country TV, he also faced some criticism. But in the end, he withstood the pressure and later, like Diga Ultraman, won the Nebula Award from Sakura Kingdom, becoming a masterpiece of his generation. Dad, don't worry, this is definitely not a problem. It's because there are too many homogeneous works in the market that we need to be different. But, The Amazing Boy was already a hit before. When I invested in Fantastic Boy before. Jiang Hai's ambition is also great, and he wants to include both adults and children, but the final result is that both sides are not pleasing. This is a masterpiece of Kamen Rider, how can I compare it to the bad work of The Amazing Kid? These words are certainly murmured by Jiang Qing himself in his heart. Just as the situation was deadlocked, Jiang Qing's mother appeared. To Comrade Lao Jiang, it's just an output in full firepower. Okay, you old Jiang. If your son wants to take a photo, he can give him money. I used to want my son to come back and help, but now that he's back, you're talking nonsense here. Just because I made a bad film myself doesn't mean my son can't do it. Indeed, only mothers are good in the world, and children with mothers are like treasures. Under the pressure of his mother, Lao Jiang had to agree that Jiang Qing would be fully responsible for this project. This must make Jiang Qing feel that he was looking for the wrong person from the beginning, and he didn't need to waste anything by directly looking for his mother. This family's status is clearly visible. P.S. New book seeking data. Chapter 4. Preparing for the Kamen Rider Empty-Me drama team. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The next morning, Jiang Qing and Comrade Jiang Hai divided their troops into 2 routes. Comrade Jiang Hai is responsible for preparing leather covers, props, belts, and other props needed for filming in the workshop. On Jiang Qing's side, he is responsible for preparing the filming team. After discussing with Comrade Jiang Hai this time, Jiang Qing decided to invest 10 million yuan to shoot the Kamen Rider Kong-me. Compared to the current large-scale productions that cost hundreds of millions of dollars, my investment is not significant. The main reason is that there is not much working capital on Bandai's account now, and they have also borrowed several million from banks. Fortunately, due to time constraints, there aren't too many special effects in the original Kamen Rider game, mainly using explosions to showcase it. Through learning from the filming experience of the tokusatsu director's version of Sakamoto, Jiang Cheng understands that tokusatsu is about exploding, and exploding is art. This time, Jiang Cheng also followed the original style of punching to the flesh, and the style of Ping A-Tsang's ultimate move cannot be ignored. Then add some special effects appropriately to make it more suitable for the style of today's era. In order to start filming as soon as possible, Jiang Cheng plans to directly use the filming team of former comrade Zhang's Magical Boy. A large conference room. The members of the filming team were looking at the little boss in front of them with a puzzled expression on their faces. Originally, after Pokémon hit the streets outside of them, they would soon disband. I didn't expect to receive a notification from the boss today that there is a new project and everyone will come back for a meeting. Seeing that all the members of the filming team had arrived, Jiang Cheng directly wrote, "New plan. Kamen Rider empty me" on the whiteboard. Then he began to explain the plot and details of the Kamen Rider's empty self to everyone. Just as everyone was listening attentively, the sound of a door opening interrupted Jiang Cheng's speech. A middle-aged man with a big belly walked in casually, carrying a smell of alcohol. "Who are you?" Jiang Cheng's tone began to be a bit unfriendly, and his crew didn't need such a person. "I'm the director, kid." "Who are you?" "I am your boss, from now on you will be fired." "How dare you?" "I was invited by your father, you have no right to dismiss me." "How can you take photos without me?" "I'll take it myself, you can get out of here now." "What kind of thing did you take before?" Jiang Cheng didn't give him face directly. He originally wanted to give him a chance to be his deputy, but now it's better not to waste his words. The middle-aged man could only curse and leave after listening. The first thing the other members of the filming team did when they saw Jiang Cheng was to fire the director, and they were extremely afraid of this little boss in their hearts. This was also intentional by Jiang Cheng, who wanted to scare the chickens and monkeys in front of them so that the work could proceed in the future. After assigning the preparatory work, Jiang Cheng began to search for actors. Jiang Cheng plans to direct and perform this time, as it is the first Kamen Rider with special significance and no one else understands Kamen Rider better than himself. In addition to the main characters in Congo, besides the protagonist Hideyoshi Goto, there are also the strongest two riders in history, Kazuo Ichikawa, and researcher Sakura Zidu. I have decided to find these two characters myself, and as for the other characters, I will assign other members of the filming team to be responsible. In addition, Jiang Cheng also needs to find a leather actor, who is equivalent to the second uncle of the Kamen Rider. In the original drama, the second uncle started wearing the leather jacket of the Kamen Knight from Yajituokai, and now he starts directly from the empty self in his own hands. Thinking of this, Jiang Cheng remembered someone in his mind and immediately dialed a phone number. "Hello, Angkor, am I Xiao Jiang? I used to say I wanted to make my own films, but now I need martial arts guidance. I wonder if you're willing to come over." Under the temptation of money, the other party immediately agreed. Still on the same crew, they turned around the actors of Sakura in Jiang Cheng's Heart and Izuru. Director Zhang Yi's studio, stop. Where did Wu Yu go? Where did Wu Yu die? Zhang Yi's voice roared on the set. Zhang. Director, Wu Yu has left. Oh, where are you going? I heard that Jiang Cheng wanted him as a martial arts instructor, so he left and took two actors with him. The assistant next to him whispered softly. What? Who did he take with him? Li Juan and Lu Yufei. For Li Juan, Zhang Yi's impression is not very deep. But for Lu Yufei, he was deeply impressed. He admired the beauty of that fairy-like woman for a long time. I didn't expect to be kidnapped by Jiang Cheng before I even had a chance to dive. Jiang Cheng. You and I are at odds. At this moment, Zhang Yi was furious and once again directly transformed into the Roaring Emperor. Jiang Cheng is currently receiving Wu Yu and 3 others in the conference room. Wu Yu is a martial arts master with the level of Wu Ying, and inviting him to become a martial arts instructor and a puppet actor is the most suitable. As for finding Liu Yufei to play the role of Sakura, he is not because he is beautiful enough and has a bit of a fairy sister's appearance. As for the final Li Jun, it was just a passing remark. Jiang Cheng simply wanted to discuss Zhang Yi. Jiang Cheng's revenge should be taken early. This is an overnight revenge, which is already quite slow. At this moment, the 3 of them looked at Jiang Cheng, who was talking to Pei Pei, and couldn't help but marvel at the unpredictability of life. Yesterday they worked together on the set, and after only one night, each other became their own boss and director. At this point, the filming team and actors have been found together. Now everything is in place, we just need to start filming. P.S. New book seeking data. Chapter 5. Kamen Rider aerial shooting in progress. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yangqing Film and Television City. Kamen Rider left me on set. The filming team worked tirelessly to rent this filming venue. Jiang Cheng has made up his mind to buy a piece of land in the future to specialize in shooting special effects and establish his own shooting factory for Bandai. As for the possibility of repetitive shooting scenes. Just kidding, a Kamen Rider without repeated scenes is incomplete. The original Kamen Rider has several ancestral scenes. Ancestral Bridge Bottom, Ancestral Gymnasium, Ancestral Sewer, Ancestral Quarry. These scenes cross the entire Kamen Rider series. Even occasionally, Ultraman from next door comes to make a scene. Jiang, are these all the leather covers I need to wear? Looking at Lang Lin's plethora of leather cases and belts in front of her, Wu Yu couldn't help but wonder. He originally thought it was the kind of armor with parts hanging on his body, but he didn't expect it to be this full-body leather jacket. That's right. That's right, this is our protagonist, the Kamen Rider. Jiang Cheng looked at these newly made leather cases and belts, his eyes shining brightly. These are all money. In order to achieve good results, Jiang Cheng instructed comrade Jiang Hai to use the best and most wear-resistant materials. Jiang Hai immediately picked up a Yagulu belt to play with. This feel, this coating, truly deserves the value of a belt worth over 1,000 soft coins. What? This thing costs over 1,000. Wu Yu on the side was a bit surprised. What about these leather cases? Well, it's almost over 10,000, but those weird leather cases are very cheap. Jiang Cheng buttoned his empty belt around his waist and casually said. Wu Yu, who had originally placed her hand on my empty leather jacket, immediately withdrew her hand. He is just an unknown martial artist, where did he wear such an expensive leather jacket? These things are so expensive, would anyone really buy them? Or is this just the life of a wealthy person, filming a drama to play? Watching Jiang Cheng gesturing this transformation action. Wu Yu always feels that her boss may be a fool with a lot of money. The lead actors, group performances, lighting, recording, makeup, recording, and more have all been seated. However, there is still a scene of a church that has not been completed yet. This is the scene where the 5th generation truly gained the power of emptiness and self, and it is the most important first scene in this genre. It is rumored that when Aunt Dong was filming this episode, she actually burned a church, but there is a high chance that this is really a rumor. The church decoration has been completed, and the world is ready. Jiang Cheng picked up the director's exclusive loudspeaker and shouted loudly. All departments are ready to take their positions, and the first scene of Kamen Rider will officially begin filming. Pop. The game notes not far away were also played on the game note board. This represents the official start of filming for the Kamen Rider. Stop. Stop. 10 minutes before filming began, Jiang Cheng picked up the loudspeaker. Liu Yufei. Do you know how to film? Don't step out of the camera. That actor, don't wander around. There's still lighting. Can you do it? If not, change people. The actors, group performers, and staff on the set were all criticized by Jiang Cheng from top to bottom. With the roar of Jiang Cheng, everyone on the set now withdrew their contempt in their hearts. My own little boss needs to take photos. Surprisingly, I still directed and acted for myself. At first, I thought this was just a game for the third generation of wealthy people. Still taking this adult tokusatsu. Isn't this for fun? The last time they filmed Magical Boy, they still had lingering fear. Everyone is just prepared to use money to get things done, and they are not very focused on filming. To the surprise of everyone, that wealthy young man who usually appears harmless to humans and animals. Surprisingly, there is such a great director on the set who exudes aura. After seeing a change in the atmosphere on set, Jiang Cheng continued to pick up his big horn. Attention the whole world. Kamen Rider, I'm shooting for the first and second time. Hit the storyboard again. The personnel on the set this time are different from before. The entire set began to run smoothly. Looking at the busy crowd, director Jiang couldn't help but nod. Sure enough, it's a mature shooting team who knows everything at once. There are many scenes in the plot, and everyone has gone through them once. Director Jiang was only satisfied with the scene in the church where he transformed into the fifth generation after filming several times in a row. Time passed through the shooting like this. The last battle of the Kamen Rider was a brawl between the fifth generation and Cuba in the snow-capped mountains. Jiang Cheng also decided to replicate this classic scene and go to the real snow-capped mountains to film this final battle. Click. The Kamen Rider killed me. After the last shot, Jiang Cheng couldn't help but cheer. Yee yee yee. All the members of the crew cheered along. After this period of filming, everyone in the entire filming team began to take a new look at this little boss. Not only does he have strong shooting ability, good acting skills, and is also handsome, but he is also wealthy, making him a reliable diamond king. Even Liu Yufei often goes to Jiang Cheng's room to find him to match the script, but director Jiang always keeps the room door open. Brother Jiang, the filming is over. Are we going to have dinner together tonight? Liu Yufei mustered up courage and blushed. A pair of beautiful eyes looked at director Jiang with watery eyes. No, I have other things to do. Have a good time tonight at the crew dinner, and all the expenses will be counted towards me. Jiang Cheng politely declined Liu Yufei's invitation. Psychological secret. This is really a fairy. Watching Jiang Cheng hurriedly leave, Liu Yufei stomped her feet in anger. Jiang Cheng's rejection of Liu Yufei this time is not really an excuse, but rather a flight to the airport. In the script in the hands of the actors, it is written that the 5 dynasties and Cuba perished together after the First World War in Snowy Mountain. Now Jiangcheng is taking several filming personnel abroad to shoot the final scene of the fifth generation on the beach. Except for a few accompanying filming personnel, no one else knew that there were other scenes in the 5 dynasties. Many people suggest that Jiang Cheng can revive the 5 dynasties and have a happy ending. In the end, Jiang Cheng insisted on Dong Dama's approach and kept it a secret from everyone in the team to go abroad for filming. P.S. New book seeking data flower tickets, collect. Chapter 6. Determine the broadcasting channel, with a small value. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Jiang Mansion. This has been half a month since the Kamen Rider killed me. The post-production, special effects, editing, and submission for review have been completed. Now we are only waiting for which TV station and platform to broadcast. Comrade Lao Jiang, how have you been in touch with the TV station? Jiang Cheng couldn't help but ask for the knife. Comrade Jiang has been leaving early and returning late in the past few days, so there hasn't been any progress in the matter. Air SMA, I have already sent out the news and samples, but they are all sinking into the sea and there is no news at all. At this time, veteran comrades in Jianghai are also worried. Recently, the factory has been continuously producing night belts and empty handmade figurines. If the Kamen Rider project hits the streets again, then Bandai can completely cool down. No way, is the TV station so awesome now? No TV station has seen this Kamen Rider masterpiece. Jiangqing didn't believe it, so he spoke up. Dad, why don't you go and find out what's going on? Okay, I'll make a few phone calls to get their word out. Comrade Jiang Hai put down his teacup and returned to his study to make a phone call. Jiangqing, who was full of boredom, called up the system and opened the Kamen Rider Yajichuo to take a look. This is also a new project for Bandai, so we can review it in advance now. For a long time, Comrade Jiang Hai returned with a strange expression on his face. Dad, have you had any results yet? Jiangqing quickly asked after him. Turns out they didn't even look at the samples. When they saw it was a work by our Bandai, they just passed it. What? Why? Jiangqing woke up directly from the chair. No wonder there was no response. I thought they didn't even bother me with Kamen Riders, but it turns out that others haven't even seen the samples. Cough. Didn't we just make a movie called The Amazing Kid before? The market didn't recognize it very much, so they. Comrade Jiang Hai seems a bit embarrassed. Damn it. So it's because of this. Magic Boy has ruined Bandai's reputation, and now TV stations don't watch any of Bandai's works. Others just start shaking their heads when they hear the word Bandai. Now it really becomes a dog ignoring. Faced with these situations, Jiangqing had no choice. It seems that Jiangqing was too simplistic and wanted to take pictures of me. Then the fire broke out, and finally the toys were sold along with it. Finally, just count the money. Dad, what does Uncle Lee say? Can they still be on the children's channel? Uncle Lee, as mentioned by Jiangqing, is a major victim of The Amazing Kid, and also the head of the children's channel on Yangqing TV. Well, he's not even answering my phone now. Comrade Jiang Hai is also a bit embarrassed. Last time, I messed up this old friend. He was cut off before the 10th episode of The Amazing Kid aired. As the head of the children's channel, Lee Dehai almost got fired, and not answering Lao Zhang's phone call is considered a normal reaction. Dad, didn't we just have good tea at home? How about inviting Uncle Lee over to have a cup of tea? In this current situation, when others hear it's Bandai, dogs shake their heads. Jiangqing had no choice but to suggest that Comrade Lao Jiang catch Lee Dehai and pull him up hard, and not eat him until he is cooked. Kamen Rider Kong, I am a masterpiece, not a prank, just a small trick first. Comrade Lao Jiang immediately understood Jiangqing's meaning. I made a call using Jiangqing's phone. Hey, brother Jiang, I just had some pancakes and good tea at home. I came to ask you to taste them. I really apologize before. When the other party connected, Lao Jiang started speaking with a beep and didn't give the other party a chance to speak. An hour later, Lee Dehai arrived at the Jiang mansion in a blazing fire. Jiang, what kind of good tea is it? You talked so much about it. Comrade Lao Jiang led Lee Dehai to the guest table to start brewing tea. Jiangqing projected a sample of the Kamen Rider on the TV. Father and son began to divide their work and cooperate. The three of them savored tea and watched it one by one. Hey, what kind of drama is this? Why is the protagonist so familiar? This transformation form is very innovative. As an old TV personality, Lee Dehai was keenly aware that the Kamen Rider did a good job of shooting me. I couldn't help but put down the teacup in my hand and began to look carefully. Jiangqing and his son exchanged a glance and said, "There's a play." A few hours later, the father and son of the Jiang family smiled and escorted Lee Dehai out of the door. After walking away, Lee Dehai suddenly woke up and wished he could scratch his mouth. I have fallen into the Bandai pit again, and today is the Hongmen banquet. However, remembering the Kamen Rider's empty sample also gave Lee Dehai some confidence. This unique tokusatsu may really become the last straw in the rescue of Yangqing Children's Channel. Jiang Mansion Jiang Cheng and his son are already celebrating with tea instead of wine. Air SMA, do you really have so much confidence in the Kamen Night Kong? Comrade Jiang Hai is still a bit uneasy about the 1 billion bet contract. That's right. Jiang Cheng and Lee Dehai signed a gambling contract. If the viewership is low by 1, it will cost 200,000 yuan per episode. If the ratings break 1, a single episode will cost 500,000. If the ratings break 2, a single episode of 1.5 million. If the ratings break 3, a single episode will cost 2.5 million. Nowadays, the Yangqing Children's Channel has long lost its former glory, and the works broadcasted now do not have the existence of breaking 1. Especially after the last incident with Magical Boy, there are increasing opinions on the cancellation of children's channels on the radio. Lee Dehai is not a fool either. Even if the Kamen Rider is empty, my ratings will not exceed 1 in the end. A single episode of 200,000 yuan is the price of cabbage. As for the Fake Face Night's ratings breaking 3, Lee Dehai couldn't believe it, it was a national level work. Nowadays, in the era of the internet, with the rise of children's platforms like Golden Eagle Cartoon, it is impossible to break through the 3. Based on the above situations, Lee Dehai still signed this betting contract with ease. Comrade Lao Jiang, your restless and indecisive personality is not suitable for being a boss. Otherwise, you should retire. At this point, Director Jiang began to plan to seize the throne. Get lost. Okay. Upon hearing this, Jiang Cheng rolled back to his room and continued to watch the Kamen Rider Yajichuo. P.S. Ladies and gentlemen, the new book sets sail, collect data, flowers, tickets, and bookmarks. Chapter 7. The Little Broken Station with Automatic Door Delivery, first broadcast. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. At the same time, the top floor of Xiaopa Station. Li Shuqi felt that a few more strands of hair had fallen off his head. Xiaopa Station is a trendy cultural video community for young people, known as the most popular video community among young people in the country. But as the operator of the small broken station, Chen Shuqi understands very well that this is just bragging. Xiaopa Station is just surviving in the cracks of big video website platforms such as Kiwi, Big Penguin, and Aladu. In order to break through the encirclement of these platforms, Xiaopa Station must continuously output more high-quality content. But when other major platforms unleash their cash flow, it's all about buying and selling. This leaves small and financially weak stations at a loss. I brewed a cup of coffee and continued back to the computer. I want to find relics among these massive samples. Oh, this is a work by Bandai. Chen Shuqi saw a folder called Kamen Rider Empty Me. Li Shuqi is no stranger to Bandai. Previously, their movie Magical Boy provided a lot of creative materials for Little Billy Billy. The so-called $1 billion blockbuster Pokémon has just hit the streets, and is there soon to be a Kamen Rider? Is this a plan to repeatedly fight and lose, or is it a plan to wipe out the shame of the past? With such curiosity, click on the Kamen Rider Empty Me. 1 episode, 2 episodes, 3 episodes, 4 episodes, 5 episodes. The plot abruptly came to an end when I saw the void transforming into the form of a green dragon. Is it gone? So short. Li Shuqi only realized that this was just a sample, only the previous few episodes. He originally thought that this Kamen Rider would be the kind of medieval knight in the West, and then wore a mask to punish evil and promote good, a cliché D-story. But to my surprise, this Kamen Rider is a completely new type of tokusatsu drama. The transformation of a full-body leather cover has never happened before, and the design of this belt is really amazing. From the plot of the previous episodes, the character portrayal is very good, and as long as the level is maintained in the later stages, it is definitely not bad. Although the acting skills of the main actors may appear somewhat inexperienced, this is a tokusatsu film, and most people are watching whether they are handsome or not. Lee Shuchi had a premonition that this Kamen Rider would create a trend in the tokusatsu industry. Buy. Must buy. This Kamen Rider must be taken down by my small broken station. At this moment, only this thought remained in Lee Shuchi's mind. I completely forgot that today is Saturday and rushed to Bandai. Wanda Toy Factory reception room. Jiang Cheng arrived late. If Comrade Lao Jiang hadn't proposed triple the salary, he wouldn't have been willing to work overtime. Hello Mr. Lee, I'm Jiang Cheng. Jiang Cheng looked curiously at the middle-aged man wearing glasses. Is this Lee Shuchi, the owner of Xiaopa Station? The boss who was blasted by his own users. Are you the lead actor and director of Kamen Rider? Call me. Lee Shuchi looked at this handsome and sunny young man with no hint of disdain in his tone. Jiang Cheng nodded and handed him the notebook in his hand. Boss Lee, I know your purpose, why don't you watch the movie first? Lee Shuchi was also polite and directly took over the pen. He is really looking forward to the storyline that the Kamen Rider will unfold behind me. In Jiang Cheng's original plan, I plan to have the Kamen Rider show me on TV first to gain fame, and then on online platforms. In the internet era, if you want to sell toys better, online platform play is an indispensable part. But big online platforms are also arrogant and disdainful when they see works by Bandai. Jiang Cheng also doesn't want to sell the Kamen Rider at a low price, so he can only adopt a strategy of first appearing on TV and then on online platforms. In Jiang Cheng's plan, Xiaopa Station is also the network platform he most wants to cooperate with. Although other major platforms have a large number of members, their group attributes are not as well matched as those of small broken websites. Anime plus special photography, coupled with the unique communication attributes of Akuang and Xiaopao, this is the beginning. But I didn't expect this little station to automatically deliver to my door. Exciting, it's really amazing. Jiang Xiandi, you are a great talent, and there must be a place for you in the history of special photography. Lee Shuchi has probably finished reading my plot and framework. The evaluation of my work is even higher, and I am more determined that Xiaobo Station wants to take over my exclusive broadcasting rights. Boss Lee, please don't give me a high hat. Let's still discuss business. Lee Shuchi didn't expect his tricks to be seen through. Knowing that the young person in front of me is not easy to deceive. We are willing to offer an exclusive online platform playback rights for 550,000 episodes. Boss Lee, this is not interesting enough. The Yangqing Children's Channel is much more generous than you. Lee Shuchi knew that he couldn't win this drama without giving some blood this time. Boss Jiang, a single episode at a fixed price of 1 million is the highest price I can offer. Deal. Jiang Cheng smiled brightly. The two of them had a conversation with Li Dehai about the premiere time of the Kamen Rider. Finally decided to start airing tomorrow Sunday, 2 episodes a day. The TV station's broadcast time is 6:30 p.m. The broadcast time of Xiaopa Station is 8 p.m. The last 3 of them all shook hands in a friendly manner, looking forward to the Kamen Rider setting sail with me. P.S. The new book period data is very important, please be objective. Before the premiere of Chapter 8, all parties responded. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. The film and television industry is big or small. The news that Yangqing Children's Channel and Xiaopa Station have signed the latest work of Bandai has been circulating all morning. Other friendly platforms. Yangqing TV Station is just a fool with a lot of money. I haven't heard of anyone wanting to do it for a second time after being a big injustice. The bloody results of The Amazing Kid have not taught them a lesson, no wonder Yangqing TV is declining. It's that movie called Kamen Rider, I don't even know where it went now. It might have been used to make a table. I'm the same, watching works by Bandai is also a waste of time. I think they're crazy. I heard they even signed a contract worth 1 billion yuan. At this time, even the people of Yangqing TV couldn't believe it. After hearing this news, Li Dehai was directly called away by the station chief and started scolding. In the end, Li Dehai issued a military order, and the director reluctantly agreed to his decision. In the eyes of everyone on the TV station, this children's channel is really crazy. This is their final madness. The television industry is like this, and other online platforms are also not calm. Compared to the competition among television stations, the fighting on online platforms is even more like a bayonet fight, with blood in every move. Please ask the Navy to spray each other. This is just a small gesture, and each platform has its own undercover agents, monitoring each other's every move. When Xiaopa Station signed Kamen Rider Empty Me for a single episode of 1 million yuan, the report had already been placed on the desks of their respective platforms' film purchasing managers. Aladu. Don't be afraid of a small site failure. This new work from Bandai is worth at most 300,000 yuan. Li Shuqi is a big shot. Kiwi. What? What's going on? What? Bandai has new works. How could I not know? Oh, so we rejected it. Big Penguin. The theme is too novel and the risk is too high. It's better to let others do pioneering work. It really works, then use the Penguin method. These big online platforms are shameful and arrogant, and they don't even consider the niche platform of Xiaopa Station, let alone the small toy factory of Bandai. In their eyes, they can be opponents. From beginning to end, there are only two other major platforms, and small and broken websites still far from threatening their status. The original news of Kamen Rider Empty Me was only circulating among industry insiders such as the television industry and online platforms. But with the overwhelming promotion on Xiaopa Station and Yangqing Children's Channel, Kamen Rider Empty Me did not become popular before it aired. This is the promotional resource that Yangqing has won over the top of the homepage of Xiaopa Station is the best promotional position. Yangqing Children's Television Station is constantly rotating its broadcasts. In order to cooperate with this promotion, Yangqing also specially edited 2 different promotional videos. The Xiaopa Station version uses the original version. There are many horror elements inside, which make people think at first glance that it's just a horror movie. The Children's Channel version is a specially edited version by Jiangqing, with a bright style that showcases the handsome appearance of fighting monsters in the air. With the broadcast of these 2 promotional videos, the internet has become lively. Many self-media and up seem to smell the fishy smell, opening their blood plates like sharks. I want to grab a piece of traffic from Bandai. One Dai burned his boat. Or is it a repeated battle and defeat? The final afterglow of Bandai, a cross-generational tokusatsu. A brand new tokusatsu for Kamen Rider Empty Me. Future Whirlwind. Shocked. The young master of Bandai directed and acted by himself. The game of the rich, the Bandai on the brink of bankruptcy, the Kamen Rider is the last dance. The production team of The Amazing Kid has never been inspired, is it a new direction? Countless netizens have expressed their opinions one after another. Bandai is continuing to cause big things, is it not enough to suffer losses last time? This is a tokusatsu film. How do you feel like it's a horror film? I heard it's still being broadcasted on children's TV. How did it go through the censorship process? It seems like 3 episodes can be aired, but parents have already started reporting it, which is not suitable for children to watch. How can you have the same visual experience as Magical Boy? I feel that Kamen Rider Empty Me must rely on defense. Bandai is just a toy seller, come and join the fun to make some movies. Relying on defense. Most people online are not optimistic about the broadcast of Kamen Rider Empty Me, and there are also some rhythmic sailors among them. There are also some other sounds. The setting of a full-body leather jacket hero is quite innovative, and the promotional video looks very meaningful, not just a simple brainless drama. I feel like Bandai is the next big game, and I may just be the beginning. Not to mention anything else, I am still so handsome in this red space. Watching the trailer is okay, not just the feeling of a children's drama. You can pay attention to it later. Is it terrifying to be alone? Those parents who can even report Aries and Haitelang are called terrifying. My 7-year-old child said he must watch tomorrow night, and he said it's not scary at all. Countless netizens had a friendly exchange online about Kamen Rider Empty Me. Especially for the busiest little broken station, it directly topped the discussion on the day's small broken station. However, most of the comments are relying on defense. Visible as One Dai and Chen Shuchi, what impression does it have in the minds of users of Xiaopa Station? With this popularity, Kamen Rider Empty Me almost made it to the Weibo hot search. This makes Jiang Cheng, who has been following the news, feel a bit regretful. As for some online water armies, Jiang Cheng doesn't care at all. The more they step on it now, the more popular Kamen Rider will become after it airs. Your own belt, leather case, and handmade items will sell better. Chapter 9. Kamen Rider Empty Me TV Premiere. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Kamen Rider Empty Me premiere. At this time, the Yangqing Children's Channel was brightly lit. Li Dehai personally stayed at the studio tonight, watching the premiere ratings of the Kamen Rider. Director Li, the ratings have increased and now it's 0.8. The voice of the staff rang in Li Dehai's ear. The average rating of children's channels is 0.6 on a regular basis. The Kamen Rider has just started broadcasting and has risen by 0.2, which is a good start. However, this may also be due to the popularity online yesterday, which attracted new viewers. For the first broadcast of Kamen Rider, Li Dehai's expectation is to maintain a rating of 1. At 6:30 p.m., most households have their TV remote controls in the hands of their children. Dad, I want to watch Knights Fight Monsters. 7-year-old Wang Xiaohai looked at Wang Cheng with sparkling eyes. Okay, let's watch the Knights Fight Monsters together. Wang Cheng picked up his son with one hand. Ever since my son saw the Kamen Rider Empty Me on TV, he has been longing for this rider to fight monsters. I usually watch Golden Eagle cartoons, but today I'm going to watch Kamen Rider Empty Me. Wang Cheng switched the TV to the Yangqing Children's Channel, and it happened to be playing the opening song of Kamen Rider Empty Me. At the moment of seeing the figure of the Kamen Rider, Wang Xiaohai's eyes began to light up. After the opening song, the first episode, Resurrection, of Kamen Rider Empty Me officially begins. It tells the story of an archaeological team discovering an ancient tomb with a corpse wearing a petrified belt. Later, a mysterious monster suddenly appeared and eliminated all members of the archaeological team. Subsequently, Spider Monster appeared and attacked passers-by. Finally, Jiang Cheng played the summoning of the 5th generation Xiong Jisher belt, giving birth to a new generation of Kamen Rider Congo. Note: all cherry blossom elements in the plot have been syncized, and the original name will be retained for better incorporation into the plot. Dad! Why isn't this night red, different from what's on TV? Wang Xiaohai stared at Wang Hai with questioning eyes wide open. This may be because I haven't really gained power yet, and the next episode will turn red. Wang Cheng earnestly explained to his son. Okay. Turn into a red knight and defeat the monster. Wang Xiaohai clapped his hands happily upon hearing this. Looking at his son with a smile on his face, Wang Cheng's lips also showed a happy smile. Wang Cheng originally thought that Kamen Rider was just a work for children, but just now he also watched it with great interest. Unlike just wanting to watch the monster Wang Xiaohai ride, Wang Cheng also noticed many details in the play. Who are these strange people? Who is the ancient corpse? Who is the monster who attacked the archaeologists? What superpower is this belt? The director seems to have deliberately left these mysteries for people to guess, and this approach is not a simple children's drama at all. This made Wang Qingdu couldn't help but look forward to the next episode. Director Li. This is amazing. The average ratings of the first episode of Kamen Rider were 1.2, with a peak of 1.5. Upon hearing this news, Li Dehai's face turned red. He bet right. This time he's overwhelming. No one knows how much pressure the Kamen Rider had to endure before broadcasting. This pressure comes from peers, from leaders in Taiwan, and from families. At this moment, he can finally breathe a sigh of relief. Director Li, you see, this viewing curve is also too beautiful. Li Dehai regained his senses and looked at the chart that the staff had retrieved. The chart shows that the viewing curve of Kamen Rider Empty Me has been steadily increasing since its launch. This indicates that 1.5 is not the highest point of the Kamen Rider, and it can even touch 2. Thinking of this, Li Dehai's heart began to thump violently. Is this really possible? After a long advertisement, the second episode of Kamen Rider Empty Me begins. Wang Cheng and his son began to concentrate on watching the empty self. The second episode mainly tells the story of how, after experiencing a series of events, Wu Dai Xiongjie found the meaning of battle and eventually transformed into a true flame warrior. Before this, Wang Xiaohai saw that the newborn body was defeated by the bat monster and almost cried, with tearful eyes. When I transformed into a flame warrior in the church and defeated the bat monster, Wang Xiaohai jumped up and down again. Especially in the end, when Wang Xiaohai saw me kick out the spider monster, he became even more excited and kept shouting, "Kamen Rider Empty Me," in his mouth. The Battle of Empty My Church can be said to be the first spark in the entire drama, which can make children happy and adults passionate. At this time, Wang Qingqing felt this way. This, the masked knight empowers me, is really not simple. It seems that these 2 episodes are the beginning of Rocket. Wang Cheng's family is just one of the tens of thousands of families in the country. Tonight, there are countless families, like the Wang Qing family, who are attracted by the charm of the Kamen Rider. At this time, Yangqing Children's Channel watching the ratings of the second episode end up at 1.9. Li Dehai was slightly disappointed, just a little short. However, this is already the best ratings of the Yangqing Children's Channel in recent years. Li Dehai suddenly felt that his breath had become louder. I originally thought that breaking 1 would be enough, but now I still want to break 2. However, this is only the first day of premiere ratings, and it will definitely increase in the future. Breaking 2 is a definite thing. As for whether it can ultimately reach 3. This Li Dehai can't imagine. Film and television works with ratings exceeding 3 are all at the national level. No tokusatsu drama has yet achieved this level. Chapter 10, so please watch my transformation. Burning. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Empty Me 1 episode is 23 minutes. After 2 episodes, it will be 7.30. The time until the first broadcast of Xiaopa Station. There are still the last 30 minutes left. The homepage of Xiaopa Station is still empty, and I have set the countdown page. From this, it can be seen that Li Shuqi has great expectations for the Kamen Rider. And it is precisely because of Li Shuqi's approach that Bilibili users are more resistant to empty self. Li Shuqi is the culprit of the small broken website. Zhou Yan is a well-known up in the film and television section of Xiaopa Station, and has millions of fans on Xiaopa Station thanks to his vicious comments. The Magic Kid, which rose to about 10,000 generations last time, gave him a lot of 1-click 3 times. Seeing that the Kamen Rider of Bandai was about to premiere, Zhou Yan immediately decided to continue harvesting Bandai's wool. The soul of roast has begun to burn. There are still over 20 minutes left until the premiere of Xiaopa Station. Zhou Yan thought that the TV had already been aired, why not search for reviews online to make some materials? Throughout the journey, there were not many reviews of Kamen Rider EP1-10. But what I saw sporadically was mostly positive reviews. Column wall recommendation. I'm kneeling for you, Bandai. Watch my transformation, it's ignited. In Zhou Yan's eyes. These positive reviews were all paid for by Bandai. Add the first flaw to the notebook. Water army washing the floor, or the lowest level hard washing. Most of the people who watched the TV premiere were from families like Wang Cheng, mainly children. Only a small number of netizens will watch the TV premiere out of curiosity, while the majority of young people prioritize watching videos on their computers. So much so that their speeches are easily drowned out in the overwhelming news. As the countdown on the small broken website page reaches 0. The first episode of Kamen Rider EP1-10 on Xiaopa Station is also about to begin. Come here in admiration. I came to see it for the second time. Bandai, YYDS. It's ignited. Bull break. I heard it looks great. At the beginning, the barrage was full of Bandai's Navy, on the screen Zhou Yan couldn't sigh. Since the establishment of Lishuchi, Xiaopa Station has become impure, and the Navy has entered Xiaopa Station. I had to choose to turn off the barrage. Zhou Yan also began to pick up the small notebook in his hand. The opening theme song is okay, it sounds a bit passionate, but it looks very captivating. I don't know what I want to express. After the opening credits, the main film officially begins. At the beginning of the cemetery, a terrifying atmosphere was forcefully fabricated. The actors' acting skills are average, just above the passing line. The opening riddle person has a high viewing threshold. The leather case design is creative, but not impressive enough. The plot is pretty good, and the character portrayal is good. The first episode ends. Zhou Yan's notebook is already full of flaws. In his opinion, Kamen Rider EP1-10 is considered average, and the leather case design is indeed innovative. Bandai has also produced a qualified work this time. After drinking a sip of water, Zhou Yan continued to watch the second episode. As the plot slowly unfolds, Kosuke Wu Dai experienced tears, defeat, and growth. Zhou Yan did not realize that there was no new flaw written in his notebook. He was completely drawn to the plot of the Kamen Rider's empty self. At this moment, the scene is playing the scene of the church. In the church filled with flames. Just as Bat Monster was about to get rid of a scent. Wu Dai Xiongjie rode a motorcycle and crashed in, using the motorcycle to save Yi Sun. What are you doing here? Seeing the sudden appearance of Wu Dai Xiongjie, Yi Sun felt a bit angry. Avoiding the sudden strike of the Bat Monster, Wu Dai Xiongjie said seriously. I'm going to fight. Why are you saying such things again? Ichikawa held on to Shigekatsu and didn't want him to take the risk. On the contrary, 5th generation Xiongjie shook off a fragrance and faced the Bat Monster alone. While dodging the Bat Monster's attack, he spoke loudly. I don't want to see it again. Others shed tears because of these guys. I hope everyone can have a smile. I haven't finished speaking yet. Wu Dai Xiongjie was thrown out by the Bat Monster and rolled to the ground. But Wu Dai Xiongjie did not give up the battle, but continued to stand up. So please watch my transformation. After speaking, the 5th generation Xiongjie put on a transformation posture, and the Yagulu belt automatically appeared. Dong dong. Dong dong. Dong dong. A strong sound reminiscent of a heartbeat. Subsequently, Wu Dai Xiongjie punched and kicked at the Bat Monster. One fist and two fists, as the 5 generations of Xiongjie's fists were continuously swung. First the hands, then the breastplate, and finally the head. Born in the blazing flames of the Flame Warrior. When evil things appear, add the Spirit Stone of Hope and transform into a fiery form to defeat the evil warriors. Seeing the scene of me transforming into an omnipotent form here, Zhou Yan's heart also began to awaken. This is Kamen Rider Empty Me. Warriors born to protect human smiles and prevent others from shedding tears over strange people. Final Kamen Rider Empty Me Episode 2. The curtain falls in the scene of spiders offering sacrifices to the heavens with boundless power. After a long time, Zhou Yan regained his senses from his excitement. As a video uploader, he hasn't been as popular for a long time. What roast? He no longer wants to do it now. Now he just wants to blow up the Kamen Rider and me. Who dares to believe that a tokusatsu film can still have the great determination to protect human smiles? At the moment when Hideyoshi Wu said those words in the church, this tokusatsu had already been elevated. Zhou Yan also observed that his several large fan groups had exploded, and countless messages kept flashing. However, at this moment, he didn't want to pay attention and had to slowly review it again. There were too many details in this movie. Then he will make a recommendation video overnight and strongly recommend it from this moment on. Zhou Yan is an iron powder of the Kamen Rider. Zhou Yan is just one of countless viewers. At this time, the Feature Circle, the ACK Forum, and various anime groups have exploded. They have never seen this type of feature film. Almost everyone exclaimed, the beginning has ignited, the future masterpiece is reserved.